everybody, Beth here with Fine Age Finds. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. It's a cool one today. I'm going over 2019 Etsy sales, and I've compiled a bunch of sales that are over $30. So I have 8 good sales to show you. As far as the number of sales, I really only started selling on Etsy, really getting into it in April or May. So I did miss a few months of opportunity to include in this video, but I still have some good sales to show you, and I sell on eBay as well. I actually get most of my sales there, but I love Etsy and I love listing on here. So I will get started. So these are all over $30, anything that I sold for over $30. And as far as shipping, when I first started out, I didn't include shipping. And then a couple months ago, Etsy released some news or suggested that sellers offer free shipping for anything over $35, so that they'd bump you up in the search versus someone that doesn't offer free shipping. Um, and so I just bumped my prices up to include shipping, basically, just kind of a different way of doing it. And but all of these numbers are the sale prices. It doesn't include shipping whether I paid or they paid. So let's get started. I'm going to do from lowest to highest as far as sale price. Okay, so this is from the 1960s. It's a little wire caddy with these glass spice bottles. Let me see. I'll show you. Made in Taiwan. So some of them had like different covers, but anyway, there was some tarnishing being older, but they still sold for $30. I got them for $1 at a thrift store, and there was just something special about them. I thought that they'd look really cool with different colored spices in them and stuff. So it sold pretty quickly. Whoops. Okay, next. I wasn't sure what this was when I got it at a garage sale. It's this wooden heart, and it turns out it's a door harp. So you put it on the back of a door. When you open the door, it plays the sound. Um, and this, I figured, would be something nostalgic for someone. Maybe growing up had the same one, which would be really neat. Or maybe they just enjoyed the cats, and cats are something that people collect. So I was really excited to get this. It was in okay condition. There was a scuff there on the top of the heart, um, but it other than that, it was great. So I got it for $3 and I sold it for 37. Okay, next, I got these at a garage sale, and honestly, I think she gave them to me. I probably paid like $1 for all 3 of them. This is whole pottery, made in the USA, and it's oven proof, which is cool. So we had here a creamer dish, a sugar dish, and a butter dish, without the cover for the sugar dish. So um, this is a really popular pottery brand, and I knew that they would sell well because they're like this nice neutral brown that would go with a lot of decor. And I ended up selling them, so I got them for $1, I'm gonna say, and I sold them for $39.99. So that was great. This was my first big sale. I sold a Where the Wild Things Are first edition book for not very much money. That was my first official sale. But a couple months later, I did sell these. And at the time, I was sourcing books for Amazon FBA. I have a video or a few videos of some book hauls. I'm not doing FBA anymore, but I did find these and I thought that they were something special, so I kind of put them aside. I got them for 25 cents, probably after parting everything out. And everything was all there, but it was just the case was in rough shape. Let's see. Yeah, it wasn't in the best shape, but I mean, it's from the 60s again. So I just disclosed everything, and it actually sold pretty quickly. So I got it for 25 cents and sold it for $49.95. That was awesome. That's when I was like, okay, I could make some money. This I got for $2 at an estate sale, and he had a whole bunch of books. They had bookmarks and like the copyright year. He really knew his stuff. But he was selling them all for $1 or $2, and then there were a whole bunch on the floor, which was a shame. Of really old antique books that must not have had as much value, at least from his research. So I got some of those and I put them together as decor. So the spines, if they look really intricate or antique designs, I'd put them together and make them look nice, and then people can just use them as decor. This one, though, had some good value. This is from the 1910s. I think it was 1915. And the title isn't here, but it's Peter Pan. Oh, you know what? I bet it's here. It's Peter Pan and Wendy. And then there's another second story, Margaret Ogilvy. So it took some research because I wasn't really sure if there were two stories. But anyway, it was in pretty good condition. I'll show you the inside. Um, it still had these the tissue protectors and stuff. So anyway, I sold it for, or I mean, I got it for $2 and I sold it for $50. So I was excited. And the great thing about books is media mail is super cheap shipping. So whether you're paying shipping or they're paying shipping, you don't have to boost the price um, too much to cover that if you're paying shipping. Okay, this was one of my first big hauls. I'm not finding a lot of stuff on Facebook Marketplace. I don't know. I live in the middle of nowhere. I do go like I travel over an hour to get groceries because I want a good price. Um, so I do kind of source things from towns in that radius, but I haven't had a lot of luck. This was a great find though, and I found it just a few months into reselling. Someone was selling in a couple towns over 70 little golden books for $35. He even dropped them off at my house, which was great. Some of them were junk, not in greatest condition, but there are people that make journals out of them, so I can sell them on Etsy as supplies. But a lot of them were first editions and limited editions. And so I really took the time to go through each one. I think a lot of people pass on little golden books because they seem to be everywhere, but there are some really good ones. And this, I'm not going to show you all four, but I've sold a lot. I sold two for $30, like $60 total. So they are worth money if you can find first editions and if they're in good shape. This woman bought four of them from me. So for 50 cents each, that's a total of $2, and she paid 54 for all four of them, plus shipping. So that was really exciting. I love these because I can read them to my sons first and then sell them. I also love the idea that maybe these were books that people remember as kids. So I love that nostalgia, sentimental, historic thing that comes the factor when it comes to reselling. And that's what kind of drives me. Otherwise, I feel like it'd be boring. But anyway, so I still have a bunch listed. Even if I sell them, some of them I only sell for $10 or $15 or $8, but 50 cents investment, that's still a great turnaround. So I will keep selling these. Okay, these were a pair of clogs and they were super small. They're size 5 US women's. Um, and they're made in Sweden. I cannot pronounce the rest of it. It took a lot of research to figure out where they came from because I just had a hard time finding a label and stuff. They were from the 1990s and they took a while to sell, but they actually went to Austria and they sold for $88. So at a thrift store, I got these in a lot. I paid $1 or two for them and flipped them for 88, and then they paid international shipping, which was quite a bit, I think, maybe around 30. So that was a really exciting sale. That was one of my first sales on Etsy too. And my last great sale was just before Christmas, so it just made it into this video. This is a cast iron sleigh from the 1960s, I believe. I'm not sure about that. Um, so it's a cast iron sleigh and a little reindeer, and I guess there's supposed to be a Santa that goes in it, but I didn't have it. The people at the garage sale didn't have it. They even took down my number so that if they found it, they would let me know. But I ended up just listing it without the Santa, and it sold really quickly. Um, I had a whole bunch of stuff that I was kind of panicking or frantic about getting listed because I just didn't get to it. I wish I had started listing things in October for Christmas, but this was one thing I knew I had to get on, and it sold just before Christmas for $100. So I paid $5 for this, and it sold for 100, even without the Santa. So I thought that was really cool. So let's talk about some numbers here. Usually I do a little post-it that I bring up. I didn't do that this time, but altogether, my investment, so how much I paid for everything, was $16.25. I sold everything for $448.94. so almost 450. And after fees, my net profit, so what went in my bank account, is 410.11. And when you think about that, that's not a lot for the whole year, but these are not all my sales. I had it on Etsy and I had way more on eBay. I'm about to do another video for that, best eBay sales in 2019. So I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you did, go down and like it, and I hope you subscribe so you can tune in for more videos like this. Thank you so much. Bye.